So day 4 took us to the northern side of Lake Superior, which for me was the most enjoyable of the trip. Barely any traffic, the best roads, most scenic views. And our first stop was to Nipigon Tower, which they have a cool lookout to kind of check out the lake and the town and whatnot. One thing that I wasn't ready for is that it didn't get dark till about 11 o'clock, 11:15, and it was bright and sunny around 5 o'clock in the morning, which I thought was pretty interesting. It made me wonder how much further north we would have to go to reach the point where it's 24-hour sunlight. I'm sure it's still quite a few more hours, but that. And our next stop was the Eagle Canyon Adventures. This particular spot had a big canyon and the longest suspension bridge in Canada, which is 600 feet long and 152 feet above the canyon floor. We actually spent quite a bit of time here. They have like a nice trail that kind of takes you around both the bridges and down to the bottom and back to where you parked. It cost $23 to get in for an adult. Definitely worth the trip if the weather's nice and you don't mind the heights.
How do they design it so you make it to the end without getting stuck and like not getting trial and error?
At this point, we're headed southbound towards Thunder Bay, and our next stop was at Mount Mckay, which is also known as Thunder Mountain. And this area is known to have the Native American Ojibwe people, and on top of the mountain they actually do a lot of ceremonies and whatnot. And there was actually somebody performing on top, and I asked for their permission to film it, and they had no problem with it. But they were practicing for a ceremony that will happen in the next weekend or so from filming. And we make our way south to Grand Portage, which is just across the border, and this will be the last time that we're in Canada at this point. And the Grand Portage State Park, which is right on the border, they have a trail system there, and one of the trails leads you right to the High Falls, which is another beautiful waterfall, which obviously this whole route is littered with them, but definitely worth the stop. Unless you're the Canadian side.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Once in Minnesota, we stopped by Grand Marais, which actually ended up being a cool little town worth checking out if you go by there. A lot of stuff going on. And they had some kind of event going on where these people on stilts, which is amazing, they didn't fall, so they must be practicing like crazy, but mostly younger kids doing it, but yeah, pretty awesome. We spent the night at Lamb's Campsite and Resort in Schroeder, Minnesota. This area is pretty tough to find a campground, by the way, so probably want to reserve if you can. But right across the campgrounds is the Cross River waterfall, which is another great waterfall, obviously. But that's it for this day. I appreciate all you that are tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know.